Fighters Only Television coming to you live from Nottingham, England, and it's Wednesday. We're a few days out from this weekend's UFC on Fuel TV 5 event, which is headlined by Stephan Bonnar, Stipe Miocic. Also on the card is Kyle Kingsbury. He's facing UK debutant Jimi Manuwa, a man that UK fans will know from the BAMMA promotion. He comes in with an 11-0 record and a reputation as a bit of a knockout artist. Kyle, what do you think of the reputation that Jimmy's bringing into this fight? I guess you've done some homework on him.
I've done a bit of homework on him. Thankfully, if you get a guy who's a newcomer to the UFC, chances are a lot of his fights are on YouTube. So I've been able to scope him out. But looking at a guy that's as explosive and powerful as him and as technical as he is, no amount of footage is going to prepare you for that. You just got to go in and you can't make any mistakes at all, because one mistake means you're going to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, he's got that reputation as a banger, and we've not seen an awful lot of his ground game. I guess if you've been watching him on YouTube, you won't have seen an awful lot of it either. But I'm getting the impression that you're probably going to want to test it out and put him on his back and see how he copes.
Well, I think that's been the game plan of a lot of guys. So he's got decent takedown defense, especially for a British guy. But I feel very comfortable standing with anybody. I feel very comfortable in the clinch. So it's one of those things where I feel that I have a lot of the same strengths he does. Maybe not the same kind of knockout power in the hands, but I definitely feel as confident in the clinch. I feel as confident with the Muay Thai, the knees, the elbows, all that. So, if the opportunity presents itself, then yeah, I'll try to take him down, but I'm not going to be hunting for it the entire fight. I'll be looking for opportunities, whether it's standing, wrestling, clinch game, wherever it may be.
Do you feel like, because you're coming into this fight off the 2 losses, obviously, which snapped that winning streak that you had going in the UFC, there's a kind of pressure to, first of all, get the win and hopefully avoid, the axe that sometimes comes down with the consecutive losses, and also, just to be exciting?
Well, there's always that pressure to be exciting, and that was one thing I learned with my fight with Stephan Bonnar is he fought for the win. He didn't fight for fight of the night. I was coming off of a couple fight of the nights and a 21-second knockout, and I was thinking, hey, hometown crowd, San Jose. I'm thinking about Bonnar versus Griffin. I want fight of the night, and he was looking to win, and that was a valuable lesson to me, and it just comes down to know what it's going to take to win. Use your technique. Don't try to stand and bang with every guy you go out there with. Don't try to make it exciting just for the fans. Fight your fight. And in itself, if you're aggressive and you push the pace, then it's going to be exciting no matter what. It only gets boring, and the fans only start to boo when you're camping out and you're hanging out in positions, taking deep breaths and relaxing. If you're going for wins, it doesn't matter if you're going for a win on the ground or going for a win standing. As long as you're continuing to push the pace, they're going to like the fight.
Cool. Now, you've won a few, a few Fight Night awards, as you just mentioned, and that money's kind of nice, right, when it comes in. What have you done with it? Because I know you've not spent it down the barbers.
Yeah, thankfully I don't have to spend on those Mach 3 razors or Gillette Fusions, all those 5-6 razor on one thing, But I've saved a little bit of cash there, With the fight of the night, the money comes and money goes. My first fight of the night was my only fight that year in 2010. So I had 60 grand from that. You pay out 20% to your cornerman and your management. Then you pay the tax man, and after that, you're making that stuff tough living there. And, you talk about organic foods and all the supplements we take. It's stretched very thin. So this camp, coming off the 2 losses, I've had to have a second job and even a third job at times just to get by. But I've made it through, and I'm happy to be here right now. I can focus just on fighting and getting my sleep and getting ready for the fight. Yeah.
Now, when you say like a second and third job, do you mean, sometimes guys work as like personal trainers and private coaching, or do you mean outside the MMA sphere?
Outside of MMA, yeah. I've been working as a bouncer at night, 4 or 5 nights a week. And then, the last couple of weeks I've just worked a few nights a week, been able to cut back my hours. And then also I had a day job between practices that I'd go to for a few hours each day, and just kind of build up, a little extra cash that way.
All right. So this bar that you bounce at, there's a chance that someone comes down on, say, a Thursday, Friday night, has a few beers, gets a little bit mouthy, and he's got a UFC light heavyweight on his hands.
That's the problem, not for him, but for me. I don't want to risk anything. And
that's a strong door.
We get paid, three big chunks of change each year. 2 to 3 times a year we get paid a big chunk of change. I don't want to risk that. I don't want to break my hand when it's not wrapped on some idiot's head. I'd rather just
use your elbow.
I'd rather just throw him out of the bar. Have one of my friends do it. A lot of those guys know what I do. They respect what I do, and your coworkers are more than happy to take care of your light work for you. So.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay, the final question. So it's Wednesday today. You've got the fight on Saturday, the weigh-ins on Friday, and I'm just noticing you're looking, you look pretty pumped, like you look pretty ripped. How's your weight feeling right now?
The weight's good. I've come in heavy for some fights. When I fought Bonnar, I was 225, cut down to 205, and got back up to 225. And during that fight, I really felt it. I really felt like I didn't put all the weight back on properly. So since then, I've found that kind of 218 to 220 is my good range of weight to be. And when we showed up here, I was a little heavy, about 222, and come check in, I was 218, right where I wanted to be in the morning. So everything's on schedule. Finished this workout here. It's like a sauna in here. Obviously, you guys can't tell how hot it is, but we've had just when we came in, we tried to beat the rush, and we were still like the fourth in line. So there was a good sweat going in here, right, just coming in the room. And I'm down to 212 right now after the workout, so I'll put some water weight back on, and I don't start my cut until Thursday night. So I've got some time to drink lots of fluids and feel good, and then I'll start cutting Thursday night.
Cool. I think if there's any supplement companies out there or fitness companies that want to spend some advertising dollars, me and you make like a kind of nice before and after,
That's right.
Yeah, we go well together. So if you're interested, let us know.